Few objects have witnessed more of human history than the door. Every empire built them. Every civilization crossed them. But almost no civilization ever asked what they were really building. We assume a door is a tool. We assume it is for security. But what if that is the illusion? Perhaps humanity's most influential invention wasn't a tool at all, but an idea. And to protect that idea, we had to build a door. Because the door didn't invent separation, it turned it into architecture. For most of our existence, ownership looked very different. But as permanent settlements expanded, our concept of reality shifted. We didn't just build walls. We began to formalize the concept of mine and yours. The door became the physical manifestation of this separation. But what did those first doors actually look like? Archaeological discoveries suggest that some of the earliest doors appeared in the first permanent settlements of the Near East thousands of years ago. They were simple, heavy wooden panels turning on stone pivot sockets carved into the threshold. There were no polished handles, no complex locks, just a quiet line between one space and another. Yet that simple line carried an extraordinary idea. For the first time in history, a person could stand behind a doorway and say, "This is mine." The door did not create ownership. It gave ownership a physical form. As settlements grew, these gateways became the technologies that made complex ideas of ownership, administration, and eventually, states possible. We must be fair. Doors gave us something incredible. They gave us privacy. They created the home, a sanctuary where the family could exist apart from the chaos of the tribe. Without them, cities could never have grown in the way they did. But every technology gives us something. And quietly, it takes something away. Think of the Egyptians. They gave us the pin tumbler lock, a marvel of precision. Or the massive temple gates of the ancient world, designed to intimidate and separate the sacred from the profane. They turned an abstract idea of separation into something visible and permanent. To navigate this new divide, the ancients developed rituals. They understood that a door was more than wood or stone. It was a threshold. The Romans worshipped Janus, the two-faced god of doorways. Janus guarded every beginning, every ending, every entrance, and every departure. Every January still carries his name, the month of new beginnings. The Romans believed that no one crossed a threshold unchanged. They knew that a door was a transition point. For thousands of years, every threshold demanded reverence. Then, it became just another door. We never stopped improving this invention, but the nature of the barrier changed. The walls became invisible, the doors became digital, yet the threshold remained exactly the same. Think about your life today. Thousands of years ago, a door decided who could enter a city. Today, invisible doors decide what enters your mind. We live in a world of gated communities made of code. Every swipe opens another doorway. Every recommendation guides us toward another room. Every notification invites us to cross yet another unseen threshold. The walls became invisible. The doors became digital, and yet their purpose remained remarkably familiar. We thought we were building systems of security and convenience, but somewhere along the way, those systems began shaping what we see, what we believe, and even what we fear. We built these barriers to keep the world out, only to discover that we had quietly locked ourselves in. The strongest walls were never built from stone. They were built the moment we accepted separation as reality. Since then, we haven't only been building our cities, we have been building our minds. Every new wall made us feel a little safer, but also a little more separate. We locked our doors against danger, then our thoughts, then our identities. And without realizing it, while trying to protect ourselves from the world, we also closed the very paths through which the world could still reach us. Perhaps the most invisible boundaries were never carved into stone. They appeared the moment we began drawing invisible lines between ourselves and everything else. And perhaps when this long journey finally comes to an end, we will realize something. We really did build the doors. We really did lock them, but we never lost the key. We simply forgot we were holding it. Every civilization leaves behind a legacy. Some are carved into stone. Others, quietly into the human mind. Perhaps the door was never merely an architectural element. Perhaps it was the first symbol of the moment humanity began to see the world through boundaries. And perhaps the most important threshold waiting for us today is not about opening a new door, but realizing that the one we believed had been closed for years was never truly locked. Now, only one question remains. When you cross your next threshold, will you still be the same person? Because history is never only about the past. Its greatest inventions are the ones we still carry within us. This is ArcheoTech, decoding ancient engineering. If this journey made you see something differently, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you'd like to explore more stories where ancient history meets the modern mind, consider subscribing. Until our next discovery, take great care of yourself